Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
And we are back into it. Trinidad and Tobago, good afternoon. As we get ready to return to the council right here on the street 919 FM. Yours truly, Hashim the Dream. And before we get into it, you know that the council is a place where we invite those of you out there in the community with things that are positive, initiatives, organizations, events that the public should be made aware of. You know that the street is the place to do it, right? Make sure you reach out. Reach out to our girls downstairs. Our girl Michelle will hook you up. And always make sure that you have a platform here for whatever it is positive that you are doing in the community. And today we are privileged to have two amazing guests coming out from Glastic Designs Interior Styles. If you don't know what they are a recycling organization taking the plastics found all around Trinidad and Tobago and repurposing them into amazing structures. And I have with me this afternoon two special guests from GDIS. We could call it GDIS. We could call it GDIS today. I don't know. We'll market it some way. But please, guys, let's give a rousing council welcome to our guests this afternoon, Miss Alicia Barry and Kamala Lawrence. Good afternoon, ladies. How are you?
Good afternoon. Fine, thanks. Thank you for having us.
Of course. All right. So everything good outside? It's dark
raining,
outside.
It's raining. It's overcast.
Oh wow! I hope the journey here was a dry one.
It was
at the very least.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. All right, guys. So why don't we just dive on into it? Tell us about Glastic Designs.
Well, Glastic Designs was founded by myself, Alicia Barry. We are 3 years old, relatively young, so we are a growing business. And my background is in geography and environmental science. So essentially, I'm just creating the change I want to see. We already know we have a plastic pollution problem here in Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm just going to ask you, like, what do you do with your plastic waste?
What do I do? What
do you do with your
personally?
plastic waste? Yeah.
Personally, okay, so
no judgments cast, just
I have this habit that once I'm finished my water, I crush it, and I put the cap on it, and it like saves room in the trash, and I put all my plastic bottles into one garbage bin. Yeah.
That's
now
fine.
apparently, there used to be a truck that came through my neighborhood for plastics.
Keep, I believe was the company.
Specifically for plastics.
Yeah.
But I moved back here in January, and apparently they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So my aunt, the people I live with have found we still separate our plastics, but just finding it difficult or don't know exactly where to bring it to. Anymore.
And that's the main issue with plastic waste in Trinidad. Persons have our culture mainly is just to throw everything away, right? It's something that's engraved in us that we're trying to change, and two persons may not necessarily know that there are different outlets to carry your plastic waste. So for example, there's Every Bottle Back TT. A lot of people don't know that you could actually get money for your plastic waste through Every Bottle Back TT. So what we do, we upcycle plastic waste at Glastic Designs, but we're also trying to connect people to the different avenues as to where, saying, there are places that you can carry it so that we won't really see it littered in the streets or carried to the landfills, etc. So with us, we are affiliated with Flying Tree Environmental Management. They are just 3 companies actively dealing with plastic waste. Flying Tree Environmental Management, Every Bottle Back TT, and then there is us. Flying Tree, they have a very large factory. They're in Arima, and they upcycle plastic waste as well on a larger scale. We are still growing, and we also upcycle plastic waste in a smaller scale, and we have a variety of products. So when persons see our products, they kind of flabbergasted, like, oh my gosh, that really made from plastic waste? You would never believe it. It's just how you think about the process, and us not thinking of trash as something to throw away or plastic as something to throw away, but as a resource. So our products we have coasters. What else we have?
Stools, clocks.
stools, clocks, and we also have tiles that you could actually use as a backsplash for your kitchen or bathroom.
Wow. All right, let's backtrack a little bit.
Yes.
So give us a little bit of a backstory for Glassstick. What inspired you to found this company?
Okay. I mean, like I said, I see plastic everywhere I turn. I see a bottle on the side of the road, a bottle in the drain. I mean, yesterday I was in the savannah. It had a party the night before. And outside it's just littered with plastic waste, right? We just have to change how we think about it. It's not something that we should just throw away. It is a resource. And what do we do with resources? We use it for something better. So that was my passion is environmental. Like I said, I have a history in geography. I also teach geography. So I'm just creating the change I want to see with regards to plastic waste. Yeah.
So how did you decide, to repurpose them into these amazing, because I took a look at your social media site, and I saw stools, vases for flowers, I saw a clock. It was pretty amazing stuff, and I was like, okay, that's happening here in Trinidad, because I've seen it happen, right? But I just haven't seen many initiatives happen like that happen here.
Yeah. It's just about being innovative and creative at the end of the day. What can be, because it's just a blank slate essentially. So what can I use this for that persons are going to find useful? Because also we have to create a business that is sustainable.
Right.
If we can't sustain ourselves, then what's the point? We can't keep upcycling more and more plastic waste to make a larger difference. So it's just the creativity. This is my sister. She's also the head of marketing for the business.
Okay.
She is also she's also very innovative. She's like, what about this? How about we make this? And we just keep the ideas coming to figure out different aspects or different products we can make to add to the line.
All right. So how you said how this Glassstick is about 3 years old, you said?
3 years, yeah. Still baby stages, but
okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So how can we as a nation contribute to Glassstick design specifically? Because like I said, there's so much plastic around the nation, and we were just lamenting about this before the break, that we still have an issue of just walking across Trinidad and seeing just streets that where just bags of trash are just piled up. No bins anywhere. So it's like people want to, I don't know if people want to recycle and don't know where to go, or just people just don't find the time or think is important.
I think it's two main things, because now we are across all 3 platforms: TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And with our recent posts, a lot of persons have been commenting. So the 2 main things I realize: one, persons don't really know what to do with their plastic waste, and they want to recycle their plastic, but where to carry it they don't know.
Right.
A lot of people never heard about every bottle back TT. And they're actually paying you, and I think that's a good incentive.
They pay you for your plastic.
They pay you for your plastics. So I think that's a good incentive. You carry, and you are also in every bottle back TT where you're right.
Okay.
So she collects in her community and takes to every bottle back TT. So a lot of persons didn't know that they exist, and you can actually, so we're just trying to direct and channel people to the correct sources. There were eye care bins. I'm not sure if you know of those bins. By EMA had an eye care program. They had a lot of eye care bins across the country where you could have gone and put your plastic waste, but unfortunately we've seen the amount of bins dwindle down. So then persons like, okay, I want to recycle, but then the bins are gone. What can I do? And then unfortunately they're forced to just dump it in the trash. So we're just trying to bridge a gap: education, and also we collect, but since we're still small scale, we can't collect as much as we would want to. So I mean, as we grow, of course we want to increase the quantity and create a passage and a channel for persons to dispose of their plastic waste.
Right. I wanna give them a little bit of a visual example, because we are streaming live on YouTube right now. So Engine Room, if you would, that one video that I pointed out to you, because that one I think I enjoyed the content creation, by the way.
Thank you.
You really reeled a lot of you know how you had to reel people in that first 10 seconds, and I was just like,
the first 3 seconds.
I don't wanna give it away. I want y'all to see it for yourself. So y'all good? Y'all ready over there? Yeah, go ahead.
This also goes for every Trinbagonian who want to live in a foreign land.
This is
Now it-
This is Trinidad. And this is also Trinidad. Plastic accounts for the second largest solid waste dumped in our landfills here in Trinidad and Tobago. A huge percentage of plastic waste is actually meant to be recycled, but unfortunately, most of it isn't. Every year, our country produces tons and tons of plastic waste, and most of it just ends up in our landfills, on our streets, in our rivers and drains. So, what's the solution? Instead of treating plastic like trash or waste, let's treat it as a valuable resource. All of the products that Glassic Designs Interior Styles make and will continue to make is all made from recycled plastic waste. Instead of dumping and burning it, we redefine it and transform it into something new and of higher value. This is the definition of circular economy, where waste never really becomes waste. This is the future. Shouldn't every company in Trinidad and Tobago be directly involved in the reduction of plastic waste? Drop a comment down below and let's talk about it.
Well, everybody shouting up right there.
This is Trinidad. And this is also Trinidad.
I really found that video,
Election back-
like as short as it was, just to be really insightful. Like just to see the number alone,
Number.
26,000
tons.
tons of plastic is. I mean, I think we all, have heard the complaints. Those who frequent Port of Spain and pass the Beetham stretch, the smell
stench.
alone, you know. That it practically seeps through your car, even though the windows are up. Yeah, and the plastic is a part of the problem, because when plastic burns, it is
It's toxic.
it is incredibly toxic. So that area alone of the country is just a really bad place to be.
Yeah.
You know.
And to think of, again, it was, statistical data. Plastics account for the second largest solid waste that's dumped. The first is organic matter. So all of that large, every time you see the landfill, it's massive, right?
Yeah.
It's not even a landfill, it's just a dump. It's a lot of plastic. So we really have to try to find a channel to reduce the amount of plastic that's going towards the dump. Yeah.
Miss Kamala, I know you've been trying to avoid the conversation a little bit, but do you think can you walk us through a little bit of how the process is for turning our plastic into these amazing things that y'all make?
Well, we normally have a little collection drive from schools and even companies like here. You could start from here by collecting all the waste bottles that you will have, and we could come collect it. But we normally concentrate on the bottle caps. That is where we take what plastic is that?
That's HDPE, high density polyethylene. Yes, there are
Okay, so there's
different grades.
there are different
There are
grades
different
of
grades, up to
Yes.
6, actually up to 7 grades.
7 grades of
Yeah,
plastic.
Of plastic, yeah.
Okay, see now I'm starting to learn some things here. So the grade that you deal with is
We deal with 2 grades. As she said, the bottle caps, and that's grade 2, high density polyethylene, and we deal with grade 5, which is called polypropylene. Yeah.
okay.
And that is like the bleach bottle. That thickness.
That hard
Right,
plastic.
the thick plastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, I'm now starting to appreciate plastic a little bit. I don't know if appreciate is the word, but
No,
understand.
appreciate it, because once you appreciate it, you could then have a different feeling and emotion towards it. And that's what we're trying to get persons to empathize about what plastic is and our contribution to the environment.
Okay, so you mentioned that you actually go around and collect these plastic
Yes,
donations.
We normally have a little collection drive, and from there we would take the plastic that we need, and we give the other part of the plastic to the recycling companies.
Flying Tree Environmental Management for one.
So we don't dispose of it like everybody else. So we use one part and we give the other part to the others, to the other side.
And how do you mold it into this table stand that you can place plants on? That is the part that really that interests me the most.
It's just fabrication. We have a few molds that we get different shapes, like the circle, etc. We have a perfect shape, and we use it like you would use wood, like a carpenter would use wood. We use the plastic sheets that we create, and we make our products.
Okay, very nice. So you guys mentioned you were also on all these social media platforms.
Yes.
What are social handles?
The handle is @Glastic Designs. So we are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and also YouTube.
Okay, awesome. So moving forward, what would you most want the public to know about recycling plastic here in Trinidad and Tobago?
Honestly, I would really love to see more done on a national level. I don't want to get too much into politics, but we had a launch. I know last year there was a launch of a recycling bill and everything via the past government, and I'm not sure what's going to happen going future, but I just want to see more action on a national level to give incentive to the nation for persons to recycle their plastic waste. That's the most important thing. But with us, we're going to continue to promote and push plastic recycling and allow people to understand the concept and to engage in how they treat plastic waste, so I mean, we're pushing on socials, and we'll also continue to innovate our products and let persons see the benefits and how far plastic waste can actually go.
You guys are only one of a handful of organizations that actually deal with the recycling
I only
of
know
plastic.
3.
So how do you think we can actually get more? Because 3 for a country of 1.4 million is a lot. You're fighting an uphill battle. It's very encouraging to see. The organizations that do put their best foot forward, but obviously you can't do it alone.
And I mean, for us, we need a lot of funding to even scale up. That's one of the main things that kind of reduces our capacity, the lack of funding, because I mean, we're a small business and we're self-funded so far. And being self-funded, it takes a longer time to grow.
Right.
So funding is absolutely important. But anyone who's out there and wants to be innovative, I mean, I'm a young entrepreneur really trying to make an impact. Once you have the vision and the mission, I mean, just give it a go. It's a very, very large problem that we are trying to solve. So, I mean, all hands on deck.
So you do accept like volunteer work, obviously?
Yes, especially when we have our drives. So we have a recycling competition once a year, and we do it as a competition because I know Trini's like incentives, right?
Right.
So once we have those competitions, we get students from different schools come where we sort out the plastics, we wash it, and it's really a nice initiative.
I need to you need to reach out to us and let us know when
that's happening.
Has it already happened for the year?
No, September coming, God's willing.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So we definitely need to get you back in here.
Yes,
to let
promote
us.
that.
Yeah, of course, because I want to be front and center.
No problem at all. I'm holding you to that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Because the products that y'all are producing, and if that is what you're making at this level,
imagine.
with the back end, with the proper back end, I know y'all can make a serious impact and a serious difference
I
here.
appreciate that.
Guys, I really want to thank y'all for passing through and letting us know exactly where y'all based and located.
So it's an online business for now. I mean, we have a residential workshop, so we won't really let persons come there.
Okay.
But it's strictly online purchases. So if anyone wants to make a purchase, they either tag us or message us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we always take it from there.
And what price range are we looking at for these
As cheap as $50 we have coasters, and our prices are very compatible with what you're getting in any home store or tiles in a tile shop. you could check us because you get the same quality at a more affordable cost.
Next time, or you're trying to go to some big home appliance store,
exactly.
or you come and check the people at Glassstick. They have
Yes.
some nice things that make your home
yes.
look very cute. All right, the products look great. All right, and you're contributing to the environment. Or I like to say how Trinidad and Port, mean like the smell. Contribute to it not smelling.
Yes.
And come and buy some plastic products. Alicia, Kamala, thank you so much
for having
joining
us.
us.
I appreciate it.
I expect to hear from you in a couple of months.
Yes.
When that competition comes through.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Guys, once again, thank you so much to Glassstick Designs Interior Styles. You sure you don't want to go with GDS?
No, I don't like how that sounds.
You like how it sounded?
No.
Anyway, guys, make sure you go and check them out on all social platforms. Check them out on Facebook. I know we were showing some of their work on the YouTube Live, so I hope you guys appreciated that. And Anderson and I will be back in a short with the Street Council. So stick right here on the Street 919 FM.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say, that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say, that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
So yes, so all our members, good afternoon, going out again to you guys, and we want to make sure and thank once again. We want to make sure and thank the team from Glassstick Designs Interior Styles for coming in and you know, giving us their profile as to how they are dealing with plastic and being very creative and innovative at the same time, and creating a lot of different things, styles and stools and you name it. So we wish Alicia and her team all the best, you know, and you guys could also make sure and check out their social media platforms and get that information, you know, and you know, you could also be a part of it. You know, you have plastic that you want to probably give to them for them to be able to recycle. You can also try and definitely make contact with them. So is it me or am I just getting a feedback?
Not entirely too sure.
Your
I'm feeling full. I don't know.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Maybe your.
Could just be me. Could just
Maybe
be
a gain. Maybe a gain of some kind.
All right. No, I am getting a feedback.
Yeah.
God. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
So yeah, guys. Yeah. I think I got there. Yeah, sounding better.
Alright.
So yeah, the Street Council, we are live. We are in session and taking you straight to 4 p.m. So you guys know we don't have much time today. So I'm wondering which direction to really go, boy.
Well, we pay some bills while you figure it out now. So guys, of course, we got to big up our good folks down at KFC. Dip it, dunk it, and win it this Saturday, 12th July at KFC South Park. Come and sample the new KFC tenders and step into the Java experience from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Unlock giveaways, augmented reality games, exclusive merch, and free KFC. How to take a trip to South. Hosted by Junior Lee and Chinese, and with live DJ vibes in full effect. Chase the crunch and unlock Java with KFC.
And also, guys, you guys have to if it is that you know, have you ever imagined a career where every day you help someone build a better future? At Sagicor, we are not just hiring, we are inviting you to join a team that empowers lives. As a financial advisor, you will guide clients towards their dreams and discover your own part in success. If you're really motivated, driven, and ready for something more, Sagicor wants to hear from you. So what you got to do is to call at 774-4595 or email, that is _Powell_Pollard@sagicor.com, and take the first step today. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life. Yeah, so you guys, if you guys are looking for a job within the insurance field, definitely check out Sagicor. Also, TextFlex. You know, they want to make sure that you guys get ready for the mid-year miracle. It's TextFlex TT Christmas in July sale. Forget the heat because the deals are ice cold. We're talking computers discounted by up to $500 all month long. Need a gaming powerhouse? Score a gaming laptop for $2,000 off, or how about a custom built gaming desktop for just $6,500? But wait, there's more. Table starts at just $399, desktop towers from only $999, or get a complete desktop combo. Start from an unbelievable $2,499. Also, TextFlex TT Tobago number one computer store, is bringing you all the Christmas savings right now. Find us on Wilson Road, Scarborough, and next to Royal Castle, or call us at 235-4919. That number again is 235-4919. It's all about that Merry Christmas in July at TextFlex. Yeah?
All right. I
know that you guys have a lot on your mind as well.
Very much so.
Let me say good afternoon going out to all our members via YouTube. Don't forget that you guys could see us via YouTube and Facebook, and like, share, subscribe. Share the link with your friends and family. Let them know that the Street Council is on. All the crews that are on our website, www.thestreet919fm.com. You guys could be able to hear us and also stream us live from studio. And I hope that each and every one of you guys are having a great afternoon so far. Yeah? So I want to take a quick look at the summit. As you guys know, today it should be the last day of this summit, and there's been a lot of conversations going around based on the summit, and a lot of questions have been put out there to to our administration and to the reason why our honorable Prime Minister chose not to attend this summit, but instead she sent our Minister of Minister of
Defense, not defense,
Minister
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security, my apologies. Yeah, she sent Minister of Homeland Security and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Sobers. And there were a lot of mixed reviews coming from that, where persons were saying, why send two ministers that are very much green when coming to this. Mr. Alexander more so. He being very, very much new.
Very. Fresh out the showroom.
Environment here. Why send him there? And then Mr. Subas, and why she did not make herself present to the summit. A lot of persons have been very much concerned about it, and they raised their concerns.
Now the election.
Now they said that the Prime Minister stayed in Trinidad because she had a lot of serious things that was coming up. There were a lot of issues that she was trying to address and so forth, and that is why she needed to be here in Trinidad and just couldn't be at the summit at this time.
Did she specify what the serious issues were?
They didn't specify this, and this was actually coming from our Minister of Affairs, Foreign Affairs Minister. What his reason, or he just gave an explanation as to the reason why the Prime Minister wasn't at the summit, and I'm going to just give you guys a clip of what he said. Her reason for not being a part of this particular summit. Yeah, so bear with me a minute. So you guys listen to what he had to say, yeah?
Well, essentially, Akash, the thing is there are certain national issues that are currently engaging her attention, that requires her undivided attention, and she is in Trinidad treating with those issues. I mean, it follows a similar pattern with some other leaders who are not here, which you will recognize when the CARICOM heads kicks off, that there are some other leaders who did not come as well too, because they have other issues that they are engaging with in their own local territories.
Anything that we need to be concerned about? Is it national security issues?
Nothing to be concerned about. No. Well, we have the Minister of Homeland Security here. Yeah, no. Nothing to be concerned about, which is that they require her undivided attention. And she has a competent team here with her that has been in constant contact with her. Since we left Trinidad yesterday, today, we've been speaking to the Prime Minister. She's already liaised with many of the heads virtually and are in constant contact with them. We've been properly well briefed on all of the matters that would be on the agenda for the CARICOM heads, and we're properly well competent and capable to treat with all of them.
Her absence drew criticism from your predecessor, Dr. Amory Brown, who would have said that you all are quite new, and at these meetings that operate like a cabinet, you all won't be a main player in terms of with the other prime ministers, and Trinidad and Tobago may be sidelined a bit. What would you say to him?
No, well, I'll say that's totally false. Minister Alexander and I are quite competent and capable of treating with all of the issues on the agenda for CARICOM heads. As Minister Brown would well be aware that those agendas would have been issued before, and so we would have been quite familiar with them, although they are updated almost on a regular basis. And our Prime Minister is in constant contact with us, giving us the relevant directions as we move around and maneuver this entire CARICOM heads. As it pertains to the dealing with us when we go to the meetings, I attended meetings today as the head of the delegation, and I was able to engage in the meeting in a fruitful way, and my comments were taken on board and recommendations taken on board.
And for those who said this could be also be seen as a slight to CARICOM, what would you respond to that?
I would say nothing could be further from the truth. Trinidad and Tobago has underscored its close-knit relations with CARICOM. As a matter of fact, many people may not know the Prime Minister has a very close relationship with Jamaica. She spent about 14 years of her life here, and she's expressed on a number of occasions the warmth and inextricable link that she has with the people of Jamaica during that tenure, and it continues to this day. And the Prime Minister would have indicated on a number of occasions with CARICOM leaders and through us as a new administration that we intend to reaffirm our relationship with CARICOM and stay connected to all of the aims and objectives that make up the CARICOM corpus.
And finally, I saw that you shared some words with Jamaica Prime Minister Andrew on this. What would you have said to him?
I know we greeted each other. He acknowledged receipt of the Prime Minister's phone calls, concerned phone calls, and the correspondence sent from my ministry to him. I expressed my congratulations to him on behalf of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago for Jamaica accepting the chair for CARICOM for the next 6 months. And I expressed my gratitude for the fantastic engagement that we've had so far in Jamaica.
Thank you very much, Minister. Take care.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now, based on what you guys would have heard there, Mr. Sobers would have given an explanation as to why the Honorable Prime Minister wasn't able to be a part of this summit. Right? And there are a lot of voices, as I said, there's a lot of mixed reviews on this. There are voices even coming from the summit saying that, you know, they found it very strange, and they were expecting to be able to meet the Honorable Prime Minister. Based on what the explanation he has given, and based on what we have seen so far, is that our Prime Minister is here, but she stayed for at least for one of it, is to have her Monday night forum, which was last night, where she wore her party colors, and her other members of her administration was there. Yellow is the code, and blah blah blah, and they would have probably also went into details as to some of the things that they want to implement, and all of these different things, what bills might be they want to amend and so forth. And some have been asking the question, is this the reason why you stayed? Is it because you wanted to have a Monday night forum, something that could have been held any other Monday after the summit?
Correct me if I'm wrong, would this not have been her first meeting with CARICOM since being elected Prime Minister?
Yes. And it as I said, raised a lot of questions, and even, as I said, voices from within the summit. And here, and I want you guys to hear one person in particular, his voice, what his remarks of him not being able to see or interact with the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
The fundamental issue behind that was that we're spending it from St. Vincent. 65 million.
All right, okay. I think I played the wrong one there.
The wrong one?
Yeah,
oh gosh.
Let me make sure I get the correct one.
Okay.
But as I say, it's very, very much interesting, and there's a lot of voices, a lot of different mixed reviews. You know, why is our Honorable Prime Minister not she didn't attend the summit? What is really the reason why she didn't attend the summit? Some had said too that she probably was tired, you know, from her hosting the Prime Minister of India. She was probably tired. A lot of conversations had come up in the past as well of her health and so forth. coming up to while they were campaigning, even when she won the election.
Right.
Persons have been mentioning, there's been a lot of different talks out there. All right, so let me play this video.
Yeah, I wanted to meet my sister Kamala, but I can understand she had a tiring couple of days with Prime Minister Modi, who's my good brethren. I'm happy to see that she brought the Indian Prime Minister to Trinidad. And I'm not getting myself in your politics, but I'm very happy to see that he has been so specially honored, because India is important to us. You know, I visited India myself. The Indian president came to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I know that when my brethren Modi came to Trinidad, he wasn't just thinking about Trinidad, he was thinking about the Caribbean, including...
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Yeah, so yeah, sorry about that. I just wanted to play that a short part of that interview that was with the Prime Minister of
St. Vincent?
St. Vincent, Mr. Gonzalez, where he made mention that, you know, he had intention to meet the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, but he could understand that, you know, she had some tiring days with guests, you know, hosting the Prime Minister of India and so forth. So he assumed, or he's presuming that it's based on that. That's why she couldn't make it to the summit, because she's tired. You know, and that's why I said there's a lot of different things coming from out there, and you really want to know exactly what is the
true reason.
Yeah.
See a comment here on YouTube. She stayed back because she knows that she's not on good terms with CARICOM and will never be while she's in power. Okay.
But yeah, what I want to make sure, because I know that we really don't have much time today.
Yeah.
But I'm going to open the lines now. You guys. Feel free to be a part of today's conversation. Let me know exactly what are your views, and is it a concern? Should we be concerned that our Prime Minister didn't go to the summit? Is it okay that she had sent the Homeland Security Minister and also our Foreign Affairs Minister, two young green ministers? Let's know.
We invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All right, let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Formally, Trinidad is not a ETA machine. Should it be that? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Remember, we didn't get you clearly, yeah? What you said?
I said formally there was a statement to CARICOM. Trinidad is not an ATM machine. Could it be that? I don't know. I'm just asking.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution, member.
Because now, more than ever, we must show.
To make a statement about Trinidad not being an ATM machine? Well, I don't know.
I don't know if that's in relation to probably the
what was
conversation that happened previously with that particular Prime Minister. You know, but I don't think the two has anything. You know,
I don't think the two are related.
Yeah.
In this instance.
Correct. Hi. Good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, boys.
Good afternoon.
You light in your house before you go to light in a neighbor's house. You wouldn't leave your house dark and go to light in a neighbor's house to bring light. Yes, that is what she did. If she wasn't well, not wrong. And she was right. She sent two capable people. Mr. Sobel was capable enough to receive one of the highest prime minister in the world, Narendra Modi. And if he was capable enough of doing that, then he's capable of just attending a little CARICOM meeting I like a CARICOM meeting. That's one. I commit two. I don't know if you all know. I hear everybody at many stations saying, this one must come to Trinidad, and that one must come to Trinidad, and you must bring this one, and that one too. It's the first time since he's there. Prime Minister Moody came here to Trinidad. When Obama came to Trinidad, I didn't hear nothing. African people came too. Maybe you don't know. But I'm telling you all. And you know what Manning did to the people of Tiaco village? It was locked down. Go and pull it up or you will see. And nobody see him when he land. Nobody know when he coming. Nobody know when he going, and nobody in Trinidad see him. So Trinidadian was so good. There was no good according to the people in the camp. Trinidadian was no good to see Obama. Obama was better than. But no, we see Princess Margaret, right? And just when Rory brings the Ashanti King, what Obama bring to us for Trinidad, a poor country. He was the president of America. African visit here first. Shanty come, the Shanty King come, the Bella Lamb said, I don't know when it will grow, and make lamb for Rory to eat, because we don't want to we have first class lamb here. So it's like people visited here before Moody, and nobody may comment. Nobody may comment. So she don't have to bring this one up down, because there was no preparation for Moody. The master had to admit there, and if a Hindu organization has been out carnival ban, then Moody for Spain. And Moody is like plant-based food, water and a little pedra. You have lamb and jam and ham for a week. Thank you, boys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution, moms. All right, I get, you know, Mama has her views as well. And for persons who are asking for those numbers, I mean, we really have to go for some ads. But those numbers are gonna 342-0081 and 466-5391. All right.
Yeah.
But is it that the summit isn't? Some are asking the question: is it that the summit is not that important? It doesn't. It's not that important. We could just miss one. Is okay.
I don't like to view things in that light. I understand circumstances do happen sometimes, where you may not be able to make certain things because of important things going on in your nation at the present time. But this in particular was a summit for the leaders of the region, right? This would have been the Honorable Prime Minister's first CARICOM session since becoming Prime Minister again. She's leader of one of the top 4 countries in CARICOM, right? One of the 4 biggest. So her absence would obviously be felt, right? It may not seem like a big deal looking at it from here, but as I tell a lot of Trinidadians sometimes, because I don't know sometimes if they forget or they might just be unaware, Trinidad is a big deal in the Caribbean, you know, right? Whether you're talking entertainment, political, the economy, everything, right? It's one of those big figureheads in the region. So when one of our own is actively not at something like this, it is noticed. And I feel that personally, sending 2 ministers in your stead in this particular instance, right? These particular circumstances, it's your first time back out as Prime Minister, your first time to show yourself to the region as a leader once again.
Right.
I think you should have gone. I think she should have gone.
What do you all think? Should our Prime Minister have made it a business to be there, or is it that she does, as Mr. Suba says, she does have serious issues that she's dealing with in Trinidad, that she had a good reason for missing it. We're going to extend it within the next hour, so you guys could think about it. Let's go and pay some bills, and then we're going to come back in the next hour with it. All right, keep it locked to the Street 919 FM.
We'll be back.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
This is the voice of Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Get hot this summer. Oh no, we mean H-U-T, as in hot days mean hot deals with Pizza Hut. Get one large pizza plus single breadsticks for only $135, or go bigger with two large pizzas, family breadsticks, and cinnamon rolls for just $290. All your favorite pizzas with all the toppings you love all summer long. So head to the Hut and get your hot deals while this offer is super hot. Pizza Hut, now that's delivering.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Every child is created for excellence. Release the natural intelligence from every child with the IBG educational products. Just listen to these testimonies.
He wanted to read to show me what he can read in one day time. We get through the program and he made real good marks.
And she's singing the song. She liked the song too bad.
And they were really excited. It's success in no time for them.
With the IBG educational products, we guarantee instant learning to all.
This is about the best thing I've seen.
It is extreme.
extremely well. At IBG, we project the young minds of today to be leaders tomorrow. Just call us at 330-1384 or WhatsApp us at the same number, 330-1384. Delivery at your door. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Start working from at home with the IBG educational products and send them out to school as champions.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
So getting straight into it, it's just about 5 minutes past the hour of 3 o'clock. And the Street Council, we are still in session. And we invite you guys to be a part of our conversation this afternoon. Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
First time caller.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes, I want to talk on the question you're wondering about the Prime Minister not attending the summit there in Jamaica. A summit is an important thing, and the subject is concerning a lot of things. Let's talk energy. They wanted to talk energy and even security issues in the region. And it's the heads of government. This is not for no representative. I mean, it's looking bad. Monday night you go on there to talk certain things where you could have somebody here to represent you, you know, sit as Prime Minister. Or you could have done it another time. That's important. This is regional issues. It is very important. And it's not that they had to talk these things because it's CARICOM alone. The U.S. government talked to all of CARICOM concerning the issues in these countries on crime and criminality, guns, trafficking, and so it was important. These two young, well, I would say young in politics, men that she sent there, they can really handle these things. They're not capable. They're not capable. We know the position with Philip Alexander and the same with Sean Sobel, right? He a little bit better, but I watch how he is handling something concerning a Trinidadian who was kidnapped in Venezuela, saying that he had trafficked guns and ammunition with some Colombians, and it's not so. And they're not talking about it. They're keeping it hush-hush, and they just want to dismiss that, right? This government is not friendly with CARICOM either. If you notice, the countries in CARICOM, they're not fighting among themselves, you know. Everything is with Trinidad and Jamaica for the fact that Jamaica, Trinidad, and even Guyana shifting away from CARICOM. There's a divide because the smaller ones like St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, Barbuda, Ralph Gonzalez, which is St. Vincent, etc., they more take instructions from the Nicolas Maduro regime. Geopolitics, I just study it well, right? They don't follow the U.S. They are against the U.S. If you notice how they stood up to the U.S. when they told these countries to get rid of the Cuban doctors, they stand up. Gaston Brown, Maya Motley, even Rowley, and said that if the U.S. revoke the license, if they don't send back these Cuban medics, they don't care. They stand their ground, and they don't go against each other. Remember Rowley words. These are the people who he's talking about. If you go against politically, we will destroy you. I'm not using his exact words. And they are the ones, the political ones he was talking about. Right? So you won't find them fighting up with each other. Grenada, St. Vincent, Barbados, St. Kitts. No. They attacking more Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago. And this lady, they don't like this government because the things Rowley did for them, the secret Rowley did for them, she is not going to do it. So she wouldn't mesh with them. You will see things unfolding more and more.
Wow.
You're seeing it now, so you will see it more. So good evening.
Thank you so much for your contribution, member. Very, very interesting. I have a voice now. Can you play this one?
Good afternoon to the Street 919 and its listeners. With all due respect, I don't know what it is the Prime Minister would have been so urgent that she couldn't attend this meeting. Because we don't have a a coup. We don't have nobody fighting, burning down no place. The murder, since the new government take place, the media don't report crime to no extent. They stop the murder count. So what it is she have to do so that was so important? I can't see it. The country cool. We ain't hearing nothing, no fighting, no burning, nothing nowhere. I think that is disrespectful.
And as I said, there's a lot of views. No, well, I'm just saying is that you don't really get the actual count of how many murders and so forth. Like how it was very, very
prominent, or every time a murder happened, they say this is how many.
And if you just take a little time and you just literally go through any social media news platform, man injured in shooting, 2 murders in Maruga, the 2 young guys they found in Maruga murdered, and like I could literally scroll through Hashim, and it's
that's one
very
day.
much depressing when you see how much crime is happening, and yet the person who should be on the ground here trying to assist is literally in
Jamaica.
In Jamaica, part of the summit. Now, I'm not saying that he probably isn't
abreast of the issues.
A crucial part of, he plays a crucial part in being there. But at this time, wouldn't it have served better if he was here and our honorable Prime Minister was at the summit? I'm just asking.
I'm asking too, because I am still genuinely curious.
Now, Dr. Wakanda, good afternoon going on to you. You keep copying the same messages and sending it over. We're not going to read that because you're aligning to a party, and we're not for that. Okay, I try my best to try to tolerate, right? So please stop copying and pasting the same thing. It's becoming a bit repetitive. All right. Hi. Good afternoon, member.
Yeah. Good afternoon, dear Mr. Lawakita.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, what is happening? If the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, says she cannot attend, I'm sure she will have sent a written correspondence to the outgoing chairman, which is Mia Motley in Barbados, and also the incoming chairman, which is Andrew Holness in Jamaica. Right? Now, here what is happening? There's what they call a quasi cabinet in CARICOM. So and so country, like we are responsible for the security of the Caribbean region.
Right.
Of CARICOM, not CARICOM, but CARICOM. We Guyana is responsible for agriculture, right? And the portfolios are spread out, right? So that is why the Homeland Security Minister was sent, and then the main delegate, or the chief delegate, or the head of mission was the Foreign Affairs Minister. He also assigned the portfolio of CARICOM affairs in the Trinidad cabinet, right? Look, Guyana, I don't know. They're talking about ex-leaders or ex-founder leaders was not in attendance. Up to now, nobody is saying what is leaders. But I suspect that the president of Guyana maybe didn't went either, because he has elections, general elections on the 1st of September. His cabinet has been prorogued, right? In Guyana. So I don't see where this big sort of thing about. What I want to know as international relations, part of my degrees is a minor degree in international relations. I want to know what is happening with the CSME and what is done in particular with the regional negotiating machinery, which was a body created by the CISAM, Sridhar Ramphal, as the driving force to bring about or to implement the CSME. These are things I want to hear about. I think Guyanese were assigned to Rowley not Guyanese, sports were assigned to Kit Mitchell. After Kit Mitchell lost the election in Grenada, it was assigned to Rowley here. After Rowley left, it was assigned to the Vice Cricket, to the Guyanese president, Dr. Oufan Ali. Right? And look at the state of West Indies cricket. These are the things I want to hear. I don't want to hear nobody talking about the minister. She's free. She's not a school child to carry come chairman or whoever it is. She's free to attend or not to attend. Right? Nothing wrong with that.
All right, thanks so much for
your
views, member.
Someone mentioned that the president of Guyana was there, despite his parliament being dissolved. He's still the leader of the country, and he was there.
Who's that?
The president of Guyana.
Yeah, based on information that we have here, is that they are saying that only one prime minister was absent from the 49th CARICOM Heads of Government Summit from July 6th to the 8th, 2025 in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar did not attend, instead delegating Foreign Minister Sean Sobers and others. Yeah, and that's information that is out there.
So out of everyone in CARICOM, Trinidad and Tobago was the only one whose leader did not attend.
And
anyone could point us and tell us what fruit. Anyone who call me and criticizing it because you're talking and don't understand. Tell me what come out of the CARICOM over the 10, 15 years that this thing exists. What you know that this Trinidad and Tobago benefit? We sit down at the head of the chair already, but lay it out to me, Kingsley, what benefit come out of it?
So you're saying, member, that it doesn't make any sense attending the CARICOM or being a part of the CARICOM summit. It doesn't make any sense.
It is a talk shop. It is a talk shop. And now I'm asking you, anybody could point fingers. What over the years? What is the benefit? What we achieve, Trinidad and Tobago achieve, or they could point to any a Caribbean country. What they achieve with that?
But remember, you know, we could go on and on with this, and we could have conversations as to the aspect. There's a lot of conversation that is happening right now that could be considered the same thing. It's just a talk shop because there's a lot of issues that we are literally facing here at present.
Locally.
Right now, that it seems to be just a talk shop.
And that is why the ladies stay and come last night and give the country a hope of bringing some laws to try to control the young people of brutalizing drugs and alcohol. And so you see, she was working. And I know Thursday here, the media might get a chance to ask her questions why she wasn't there over there. But to me, as a citizen and observing and following that over the years, I am still saying this as that's my point of view. I am so happy that she did not go because it is a talk shop.
Wow.
And some of them, we know, we don't, she not to stand on their own. We don't need none of these Caribbean countries to help us. We could stand on our own.
Okay. Remember, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Wow, that was very much interesting. Very, very much interesting.
Certainly a view.
Wow.
An expressive view.
I don't think that we should try to distancing ourselves from the summit that much. Yeah, I think that is definitely sending the wrong message.
All right.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
We have a call? All right, take it. But
yeah, good evening, Dream. Good evening, DJ Anderson.
Evening, Echoes.
Yeah, guys. So let me explain something there, right? And before I get into my contribution, when the last time Donald Trump won election and he invited all CARICOM countries, Trinidad wasn't invited, but we didn't say anything about that. This time when Trump won and Mr. Rubio went to Jamaica and Guyana, we had to go and meet him there. Nobody ain't talking about that. You see, the Honorable Prime Minister did not attend CARICOM. You think any one of those CARICOM leaders will make a judgment on emotions because she didn't attend? That's not how government works. You don't make judgment on emotions. You communicate. Now we're looking for kings in the armor of this Prime Minister. But she did something better than going to CARICOM. She sent a representative who's capable. She was able to speak to the people. We have problems in this country. need to be resolved. And she chose to stay here to speak directly to the people to solve these problems. CARICOM will have other meetings, and she will attend. She will send out documents, letters, emails that she apologizes, she'll make phone calls. But none of those CARICOM leaders will hold her accountable for not being there. They understand how politics work. They don't make a choice on emotions like how we do in Trinidad. Now, we had the Prime Minister Modi here. If Trinidad becomes the hub with our relationship with India, don't you think all of CARICOM will be dealing with us? To be part of that hub? To spread the wealth in the Caribbean? We had a look in the future. Don't worry about talk and emotions and who is public relation and want to call on the radio and say why is the reason why. None of us not in politics. We can give our opinion, but we cannot prove whatever we say. What is right? All right, guys?
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution, man.
All right. Let me address a couple of things. All right, so I understand where Echoes is coming from. Yes, Trinidad most definitely has its problems, and of course, in times of problems and crisis, countries look to their leaders for strength. But you mentioned that this forum, this Monday night forum, is a weekly thing that the Honorable Prime Minister does here.
They normally, they would have normally done it during even before they were
even before they were in power.
Yeah, before they were in power, they would have had it, and then when they won the election, they had those post-cabinet briefings on a Thursday, and then they stopped having that, and now they return now to the forum on a Monday. I'm not too sure if this will be every Monday, but at least this Monday going, they had the forum.
But it is it is intended to be a regularly frequent and occurring thing.
Correct.
CARICOM is not regularly frequent and occurring. The leaders don't all meet in one place once a week.
And,
right?
And one thing that I want to, I do really agree with what Echoes mentioned, is that, ministers, these heads, don't go based on emotions, and that is untrue. Because some part of them, they do operate based on emotions, and we have seen it in the past.
Just like everything in life.
Yeah, we have seen it in the past, and when you look at, there are a lot of prime ministers, there are a lot of presidents come and go, and you know that they made decisions based on emotions.
How do you think conflicts in the world start? Off of emotions.
Look at one of the persons who has one of the highest office right now in the world. And most of his decisions went on based on emotions.
And because he wanted to be petty, he is starting war in the Middle East.
Correct.
So you really cannot sit there and tell me that politics doesn't have emotions.
You literally took away certain things from past presidents all because you want to be vindictive.
Literally.
And that is based on emotions.
Literally taking away healthcare from millions of people.
That's based on emotions.
Because they voted you out of office.
So I can't agree with that.
I would agree in saying that emotions shouldn't dictate politics.
Correct.
But they most certainly do.
And I think we have to be so mindful when we say our Prime Minister don't have to go to the summit.
Yeah.
Right? As much as we may see it as, or some of us may see it as, that's just a place that what one of the callers said is just talk. It's just
a rum shop talk or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll come back to him. I'll come back to that comment in a second. Yeah, okay. Trinidad has its problems. Other countries have problems too. You think St. Vincent don't have problems? You think St. Kitts don't have problems? Jamaica don't have problems? Guyana don't have problems? But they still meet and convene, right? Because we are part of this organization. Trinidad is one of their members. So when a member, again, because y'all holding her Trinidad up as very important, and rightly you should, because Trinidad is one of the bigger islands in CARICOM. So when the leader, one of the biggest countries in the organization, is absent, it will be noticed. To the caller who say we don't need CARICOM, right? Or from the 10 or 15 years of CARICOM. CARICOM is over 50 years old, sir. Right? It's not no just come thing that started.
Correct.
That started a decade ago or 9 years ago. All right. CARICOM is over 50 years old.
Wakanda is asking something about let me see your quotes.
Where you find it? Because of CARICOM, we have free movement of peoples within the CARICOM members, right? You can move goods and services and capital and labor freely through the CARICOM single market. All right? There's a joint foreign policy and regional diplomacy, right? There is a CARICOM passport, as in if you are from St. Vincent, your passport is recognized by CARICOM, right? If you are from Guyana, your passport is recognized by CARICOM. We don't need visas to intertravel between our islands. How do you think that happens? Through organizations like CARICOM. So you cannot sit here and tell me that Trinidad don't need CARICOM. You sound like those who think that they should just spend their goods and monies in Trinidad and then move their goods and services to the other countries, like we talked about on Friday.
And for the persons who saying that, right, if it is that we don't need CARICOM, then our honorable Prime Minister shouldn't even send anybody.
Exactly.
They shouldn't have sent nobody.
If you really feel that we don't need CARICOM, don't send anyone.
Don't send anyone. And let's just see how it goes from there. You know, as Wakanda was asking, Dr. Wakanda, what does CARICOM have to offer Trinidad and Tobago? And that's why I say sometimes I doesn't want to read some of these things because, like, I think you can research that for yourself.
You can.
Right? Because I think that CARICOM has done a lot for the Caribbean.
And that's what it's for.
And we have been...
Caribbean community. That's what CARICOM stands for.
We have been on both ends. We have been on the receiving end. And we have also given to the CARICOM.
Of course we have.
Right? This is where we are able to literally have those conversations with those heads to be able to share ideas so that we know that we could literally be able to move in a positive direction
and coexist with each other. And these are our neighbors, you know.
And you know why and I want people to think, because everything is always about party. This has nothing to do with party.
And not a thing to do with party.
When they go across there, I don't even know the different parties in Jamaica. Somewhere. Nobody cares about the parties.
No one cares.
What we care about is that we have proper representation.
When we go to these summits, when we are represented, when we represent Trinidad and Tobago in a regional and world stage, we need to make sure that the proper people are there.
Correct. And and this is what is just raising a lot of conversations, and people just ask the questions. Was it okay for her to miss this summit? And this would have been her first summit as being the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
And she missed it, so it will be noted.
And then persons were looking at who she sent, which are young green persons who just got into these positions. Our Homeland Security Minister, when we look at our crime situation right now, should he
really be in Montego Bay right now?
Shouldn't he have been here? I have no problem with Mr. Sobers. I am not saying Mr. Sobers is not qualified enough and whatever the case may be, right? But those are the questions that are just out there, and a lot of persons raise questions, mainly with Mr. Alexander going on that trip. Not so much of our foreign affairs, but Mr. Alexander. Let me play this voice note.
Good afternoon again, guys. We have people telling us that we shouldn't tell the Prime Minister what to do, and if she go, she go, and if she ain't go, she ain't go. What kind of talk is that? The Prime Minister represents us. So is that we good enough to vote to put you in power? And after you get in power, we have to hush up? And we can't talk and speak our mind? That is craziness. If it is that you're representing us, represent us properly. And if you have a reason that you are you couldn't go, tell us the reason. Because if it is that, according to one of the callers just now, that CARICOM is not important, well, let the Prime Minister tell us that.
Go to the front of the class with that one, please, sir.
If it's not
important,
come out and just
I want the Honorable Prime Minister to say it. I don't want to hear from from a random citizen. Let the leader of our country say we don't need CARICOM, and then I will rock back and be like, okay, no problem.
Yeah. If that is the case, then
by all means tell us. And that is the thing. We don't have a solid reason from the Honorable Prime Minister. And so everybody is just assuming that it is because of last night's meeting that she went to.
Correct.
That she stayed behind.
Because so far that's all we have seen.
Exactly.
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
Afternoon.
Me and you, I don't have no problem with her not going. I don't have no problem with that because right now PNM fighting a nasty battle. Right? They had a meeting Saturday night or some night ago in Togonas, and the thing that came out of that meeting, it was good for them to have a Monday night forum to rebunk some of the things that the PNM was saying. So I really and truly don't have no problem with her not going there. CARICOM there all the time. You miss one, that is not nothing. What if she was sick? What if she was sick? Man, look, I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have with her coming out last night, tell us, let me ask you a question.
That part that you want to raise, we'll continue that on part 2 tomorrow, right? We just want to stay on topic for today, right? Thanks, member.
Yeah,
thanks
we know where you. Thanks for we appreciate you.
Yeah, we know where you're going, but we'll deal with that.
Yeah,
we'll deal with that part tomorrow. Please, Lord.
We building
now,
up. And again, if she was sick, say she's sick.
Yeah, we can understand that. And we would definitely respect that. Now remember, for the next 5 years, PNM could talk wherever they want.
They can.
Right? And I didn't really want to mention the party, but PNM could say what they want for the next 5 years. They could hoot and holler from the... what was one of the things they were saying? Yang. They could do all
they could
yang
from now till peng wang sheng peng.
At the end of the day,
they're not in power.
They are not in power. So she has no until thy kingdom come to be able to address them. Right? Because there's nothing that she could do, because there are certain things that will be put in place even though our Honorable Prime Minister is not here.
Yeah.
We have a working
there is
force.
Protocol, there is a working force. The country will not sink.
Correct.
If our leader travels for a summit with other leaders.
And remember, these are not this is not, we're talking about heads of government. So please don't say that she could just miss one. This is with heads of different countries. So please people, think about it.
For more, if you're
I'm not going to take no calls with anybody who's going to call in here to tell me anything about the 9.5 years. You see that 9.5 years squad? If you know you're calling to tell me anything about the last 9.5 years, please hang up now.
Miss us for that today.
Please hang up now.
Miss us for that today.
Right? I don't want to hear that. That is annoying.
And it's not even valid to what we're talking about anymore.
Good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you guys going?
Yeah, we're going all right, sir.
Gentlemen, any alliance within different countries is very beneficial to all of the individual countries. But it has to be beneficial and serve its purpose. If it isn't beneficial and serving its purpose, well, then we just spinning top in mud and wasting time. I want to ask a question. Do you all think that Trinidad and Tobago should depart from West Indies cricket and go on its own and have its own independence from West Indies cricket?
So have it what, like how Australia just
stand on our own instead of West Indies.
You just have Trinidad and Tobago, like Australia has Australia.
Yes.
I don't. I personally, I am against that. I am against that as well.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you something. If we go on our own, it will bring tremendous benefits for Trinidad and Tobago.
I totally agree, remember, but...
Right. Now, why I'm using this analogy is because of this. 15 years ago, right? West Indies cricket and West Indies was West Indies cricket and West Indies. We were respected. We were bringing in tremendous attention and profit to the organization now. At that time.
I agree.
Where we are today with West Indies cricket, it is a little bit shameful, I could say, to put it bluntly. It has been something that we have allowed to deteriorate to the point that, look, we make 133 runs today, I think, in a game, Australia, wipe we out now for now. You understand? The batting fail again.
Yeah.
Now, we who was leading the world in cricket with raw talent never developed and use our talent to bring to improve our stock then. They improve the availability. That's here what. If we don't have a Marshall and we don't have a Greenwich and thing, we have 10 of them waiting to fill that place. Other countries in the world that we used to be beaten like if it's a Tassa. Right now, have us on the back foot looking like we don't know about cricket and thing. Compare that now to CARICOM. If we have an organization that's supposed to, and let me tell you something, I think the greatest thing that could ever happen in this Caribbean is to have CARICOM united in that, we could have cruise ship instead of going to Miami and coming down and stopping in Jamaica and then going to Labadee and all these places. Then we could have a cruise ship complex, leaving Trinidad and going up the islands and coming out. Let the tourists from outside come to Trinidad or Jamaica or some kind of thing. But all we really have is business people benefiting off a CARICOM. We don't have no real labor coming to Trinidad from out there. We just have a few Jamaicans. You'll see them in all the mall and things, telling you don't park there and move from there and this kind of thing. But the skilled labor doesn't come to Trinidad from these islands. So that is the part where we are missing, and this is what we have to do. If we having something that needs to contribute to the country and the development of all the Caribbean islands,
right?
First, we're supposed to be thinking one currency, EC dollars, if that's the currency we want to go with. Not Trinidad dollars and Barbados dollars, and when you go there, you can't get to change your money, a man calling your money monopoly money and all this kind of nonsense. And then food stuff supposed to be like one standard price throughout the thing. So if you're exporting poultry, the pound of chicken in Barbados supposed to be the pound of chicken in Trinidad, and we're supposed to come to that. Not just sit down and have a paper talk and people come in and this one having this that thing.
So remember in a nutshell, you're basically saying that at present, how the summit is set up, they are not literally discussing the serious issues. They are not using that platform to really address the concerns of the Caribbean then, in general.
Because what they're doing, they want to eat the cake and have it too. Because all of them want to be independent and control their own wealth. But when it comes out of being more creative in the sense of let me all come together and contribute to this like a central government issue so that we could help each other and make the Caribbean like one united place rather than we having people just coming out and saying this and saying that and then really benefiting the Caribbean or CARICOM in that issue. And that is just simple about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, member, for your contribution. And member for that, front of the class.
Listen, if it is one thing I have always lamented, right, is that we are not truly one Caribbean. That was like one of the first real questions I ever asked my parents. We have a West Indies cricket team. So why isn't the Caribbean just known as like the West Indies, right? And that is when my mother explained to me that was intended to be the plan. The Federation of the West Indies was a thing. All the former colonial islands were going to come together as one nation. We had a flag, there was even a currency, and we didn't even make it to 5 years before we all dispersed into...
And I'm seeing into one. Mr. Wakanda is saying, go ahead, sorry.
I think that was just a lost opportunity. I don't think it would ever happen again, right? But I really think that we would have looked extremely powerful on a world stage if we were all under that one
Umbrella.
that one umbrella as one nation, even though it's
Right.
many islands, right? And I know that might sound ridiculous to some people because you might think Bajans too different from Trinis or Guyanese too different from Jamaicans. We're not that different. We talk a little different. Our foods might be seasoned a little bit different. We may call certain things a little bit different. But that history, that shared bloodline we have, it runs deeper than you think. When you take away politics, when you take away world issues, we in the Caribbean are truly the same. And that is a good thing, not a bad thing. Right? Our differences bring us together as much as our similarities. And I wish we could have lived in a world where we really were one West Indies.
You know, and as I was going to tell you, Dr. Wakanda mentioned too that, you know, my view CARICOM has absolutely nothing to offer. This is a gathering for a big Whigs politician to talk all pack of nonsense and doesn't benefit their citizens, and for them to eat shrimps and drink scotch. Something similar to what the previous caller said, you know. It's like they're not really using the platform to really have those serious conversations. And he even used the analogy of, you know, the West Indies, and if Trinidad should have their own team.
Right.
And I mean, as I say, I really like it to be the West Indies and to remain as the West Indies.
I would like it to remain as the West Indies.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure that other Caribbean islands having the same conversations about their own leaders.
But you know, to be honest, I think that the West Indies, when you really look at it, a lot of our boys, a lot of our Trinidadians are part of the West Indies, and we are really proud of them. But I also love to see our other brothers and sisters of the Caribbean being a part of the team, because they bring a lot of experience and talent. Yeah,
a lot of the greatest players come from all over the Caribbean, not just Trinidad.
Correct. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Hello, I'm not a part in this council. I actually could yesterday. So as a man, I'll come out the pavilion and lock up this radio station.
But just so?
All right.
So KFC, let me understand this. You took time to keep calling. You got through. We said good afternoon, member, and that was your contribution. I'm trying to understand, and you're saying you're going to lock up the station and blah blah blah.
Member, you are out of order.
Like we told President yesterday, we're not always going to talk about something you like, you know.
Yeah,
and if we're not, you just don't have to listen that day.
Yeah,
that's simple.
I think it's really, really disrespectful that you would call in to say something like that. And I want to make it clear to you, I think you're banned for the rest of the week. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
Something you all forgot to mention about CARICOM, the advantages. You know?
I didn't mention enough advantages. I thought I mentioned a few.
You mentioned the advantages, sorry, but there's one. Listen to this one. You could live and work in another CARICOM country freely.
Thank you. Yes. Very true.
Being protected with the laws in the country that you go to. This is why a lot of people go into Guyana without visa and so. Some people have a passport, they have the passport, and some people don't know how strong that passport is. If they look at the cover, they will see two capital C's, one into the other one. That means CARICOM. You understand?
Yep.
It's a CARICOM passport. So that is law. They made it law in our parliament and other parliaments in CARICOM, where a person could go into another CARICOM country and work freely. And it's more for like professionals, nurses, doctors, lawyers, you know, in that field. One more thing I want to say, CARICOM is one. They are one. They don't go each against each other. They keep each other's secret, right? And I could show you how they keep each other's secrets, and they are one. Whenever there's a vote in the Organization of Americas where CARICOM go under one, body, which is CARICOM. It's about 14 of them, right? Whenever there's a voting to come to a decision, they don't go against each other. They vote the same way. It's not, yes, if they have to abstain, they abstain, and they talk with one voice. If you go against us, we're going to damage you politically. Remember that? It's a mafia. You see, it's a mafia. It's a brotherhood. They are brothers. And they don't go against each other.
Thank you so much, member.
Thank you.
So there are obviously advantages and disadvantages of having the CARICOM. But I think that the advantages weigh out the disadvantages,
I think so too.
We should definitely always make sure that those doors
remain open.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dr. Anderson. Good afternoon, Dr. J.
Good afternoon, President.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, hearing everybody and quietly sit down and listening, a word we call fragmentation and secularism. I mean, many of us came from where we came from, and they are we in the Caribbean here, full 14 countries, as they say. Instead of we look to see if we could unite, we looking to talk fragmentation. In truth, I mean, sometimes my mouth is gone, I could get bolo for it, but we have a president, we have a prime minister, even so in her first sitting in Trinidad and Tobago on a summit come up. I don't know, I want to talk as a president and as a prime minister. I find that a disrespect because representation in the summit should be necessary. It always say, she has a Monday night meeting, we are accustomed to upon a radio, and I hear that. She had to go there now and bring back some sort of serious representatives as a head, talk to heads with it have, when you understand the poor and the rich and the small and the big, you understand that she had to be there between the bigs, not some halfway somebody who the big thing go look at them to talk the kind of talk that they go talk with them. This is a disrespect to us as and high jump. I don't want to hear about PNM and UNC in this. I'm talking about a prime minister that's supposed to be representing Trinidad. You hear foreign prime minister say he disappointed that she's not there. That alone is to show that many of you hear much of them who say that they're disappointed, but they're disappointed. And there is reasons that could happen because the Jamaica affair with the ACM, and then when we had the security conference down here, she talked against the security. So there is things that maybe she don't want to go in that thing because they look at she different. So we have to look at the whole situation and recognize where we are. I don't know. I hope I didn't get my head bust up this evening for talking the truth, but the truth is that it is a disrespect.
Thank you, member.
Thank you very
so much
much
for your contribution.
Yeah, you're front of the class today. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, Anderson.
And President is in front of the class today because, he made a good contribution, and the thing about it is that this is not the time to be showing that sort of separation,
exactly.
that division. It just sends the wrong
message.
And plus, I want you guys to remember too that the summit is not 2 weeks now. The summit is not.
What is it? 3-4 days?
It's
Max?
less than a week.
It's not even a week. It's not even a week.
It's less than a week.
Right? And here's the thing. A lot of people saying, that the Honorable Prime Minister is not going because they don't like her or they're not on the same agenda as her or whatever. Do you not think that deliberately not, well, I don't want to say deliberately, but do you not think that not attending doesn't feed into that narrative even more? Wouldn't it not have been more of a message to show up and say, hey, even though y'all don't agree on my stances, I'm still here, and we're still gonna talk things that are affecting the region, despite you and I not agreeing right now? Don't you think that would have? Don't you think that would have looked better?
And based on what Mr. Sobers would have said, Hashim, he said that she was dealing with very, very important issues that was actually developing in Trinidad and Tobago. That's why she couldn't make it.
And that's the thing. If that is the case, state what it is.
But so
don't
far,
leave it up to interpretation and for us to assume that it's because of some Monday night forum that you do regularly.
All we saw was the Monday night forum. And this Monday night forum, she gave out information as to things that the government would be looking to implement. So persons who wake up today and think that it's already implemented, that is not how laws
work. First
that
of
is
all,
how bills are passed. So she could mention what are their intentions, but it's a process.
It's still a process, right?
So couldn't this have been mentioned after the summit?
I don't see why not.
Was it so important that we needed to go down south in a Monday night forum with our yellow blue jerseys, sing yellow, say yellow is the code, when UNC win, everybody win, and announce this without going to the summit? Is that what we're saying? And some of us are saying that it doesn't even make sense to go to the summit.
Some of y'all are saying yes, it made perfect sense.
And you know, it sometimes I just been amazed because I just wonder if it is that persons are so fanatics of party that they don't see country.
I don't think they do sometimes. The tunnel vision and that some people have is
tones as well. Their tones and so arrogant.
It is egregious.
When you see some of the messages, Hashim, on social media and so forth, that was it. Some of them real keyboard warriors, and they just
every little thing. The only letters of the alphabet you know is the ones that your party is made of.
And then when they go in the supermarket and they see the high prices, they're balling. But do you know that there's a possibility that somebody in that summit mentioned something about a tin or something
that could be cheaper for you in the store
in Trinidad and Tobago, but because nobody was there to really truly represent and to speak on our behalf. Now, I'm not, again, this is no way to discredit Mr. Sobers or Mr. Alexander, but it's just where it have all the heads meted. Mr. Sobers is not a head.
President just said it. The heads need to talk with the heads, not the head with the hand.
Imagine that they're asking Trinidad, what are your reviews on so and so? And Mr. Sobers have to say, well, I will have to call the Prime Minister and get her feedback, and I will get back to you all later. Because that he cannot speak or give any okay to certain things unless he has a conversation with the Prime Minister.
That is like asking, you could come over tonight. I had to ask my mother.
And we have seen it played off already, you know, where Mr. Tanku mentioned that every taxpayer was going to get back the property tax. They would have gotten back their refund.
Right.
And then the Honorable Prime Minister shut him down and said, who said that? You don't have to ask Mr. Tanku that because I don't know where you get any money to do that. So that's like speaking out of turn. So just imagine that Mr. Sobers is there and he spoke out of turn. How would that look?
Now they gonna call up Kamala. So Cam, your boy said such and such is the case, and she will now have to be like, what? He said what?
Well, you all have to ask Mr. Sobers where you getting that. How we sending that?
How does that look? How does that look outside?
Trinidad
we have to look beyond this local party nonsense, please. It is more than just about what color you're representing.
How much time there?
That is the time there. That's the time there, unfortunately.
Yeah, members, I'm so sorry, but we can't take any more phone calls because we have come to the end of our session, and I'm trying to find the cursor here. And
it's right there. There you go. Right.
All right. So yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. We couldn't take any more calls because you know how today does be short.
Yeah,
but
Tuesday
we
is a
are
finicky
going to
day.
have a part 2 tomorrow, please, the Lord.
And we have more to continue off of this.
More to continue, so you guys could definitely look out for this. We're starting it early. As soon as we open from 12 o'clock, we're gonna dive straight into it because we have a lot to talk
You
about.
know when you know when you say that as they hear the team song, they will call in tomorrow. You know?
Start calling in. Start. You all do your research.
We won't even get to check in with nobody. We're diving straight into the pool.
Yeah. Do your research too. Do your facts check and come with information, and let's be able to exchange stuff and get to the bottom of certain issues that are happening within Trinidad and Tobago and sometimes around the world. This is the Street Council on behalf of myself, Anderson, and Hashim. We hope that you guys have a great afternoon. And don't go anywhere, because up next, it is the Third Empire, and they are coming here to give you guys what is happening on the field. I understand that yesterday somebody was not out. They find that, you know, they're making good decisions, whatever. I'm not too sure if they might be out today. But also, based on cricket, congratulations to the South African who almost broke Brian Lara's record, but decided not to. Records are to be broken, but it is what it is.
Almost.
But our prince, our cricket star,
still has his throne.
Yeah, so, you know, kudos going out to Brian Lara for even responding and, you know, telling them, you know, records are still to be broken, and we hope that if he gets another chance, go for it.
Of course.
Go for it, boy. Go for it.
Until tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, you guys have a good one. All right.
The council is adjourned. We'll see you later.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus. This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.